And introduce herself.
Hey everybody, yes, I'm John A. Pollard, certified doula, perinatal educator, community breastfeeding counselor, and student midwife, and I'm just so thankful and blessed to be here with you all this evening.
Yeah, so before we get started, we want to hear from you guys just a little bit. We want to hear where you guys are from, where you guys, the status of you all. I know that everybody's probably not pregnant right now, but is anybody pregnant right now in your first trimester, in your second or your third? Maybe you're not pregnant, but you have children. Maybe you're trying to conceive, so you're in preconception, or are you just here for some information, or are you a partner? Are you a partner of somebody? We would love to hear from you to see who we have with us tonight.
Yes, utilize the chat, you all. Let's introduce ourselves.
Yes, we're going to be asking you all to utilize the chat pretty frequently. We're going to be talking back and forth with you. We want to make sure that it's really interactive tonight.
Okay, how you doing, Lisa? I see you, Trisha, Judith. Good evening, Shamir, Grace, Brittany. I see Kate. Justina, good evening, Justina, Addie, Fabian, we have Peter, Weston. All right, Nikita, I see Nikita.
Good evening, good evening. Oh, we have someone from New York. Nice to meet you, Nikita.
Are you thinking about becoming pregnant, Nikita? If you don't mind sharing. Perfect. It's amazing to have you here.
Anyone else? No one's pregnant or cares to share that you're pregnant?
How you doing?
I'll share. I'm currently in my, well, actually, I'm coming out of my first trimester now. So this webinar was a little dear and near to me. In Florida, your partner is currently pregnant. Congratulations, Weston. It's lovely to have you with us. From Florida, wow. I'm so jealous. I've been itching to go to Florida for the weather.
Me too, girl.
So bad.
Yeah, it looks like we got some beautiful people here with us tonight, ready to learn about some early pregnancy health and remedies.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Hello, Kate. Hello, hello. We're gonna get started. So we are community doulas with the Parent Information Center of Delaware, where our motto is to inform, educate, and to advocate. So the Parent Information Center is a nonprofit organization that provides tools for parents and caregivers and advocates for children to become self-advocates and also to make sure they have the appropriate education and related services. Our mission is to improve health and educational outcomes for children and youth and their families, as well as the professionals that serve them. And our vision is for all children to fulfill their potential to succeed and live productive lives. And this is just a list of a few of the support and services that we do offer at the Parent Information Center: one-to-one consultations, learning opportunities such as trainings, conferences, annual education webinars, just like this one, online resources at the PIC website. We'll share the link to that later on. It's at the end of the webinar. Online resources, outreach to all families of children with disabilities, and open doors to understanding collaboration, as well as systems advocacy. So again, this webinar tonight is on early pregnancy health and remedies. So we're going to be going through a few things. We're going to be talking about emotional health, physical health, and as well as nutrition. So we're going to cover a lot tonight. So make sure you have your paper and your pen. So we're going to start with some tea time. The segment is called What's the Tea? So again, we're going to ask you guys to be utilizing the chat, or you can come off of mute and talk to us if you would like. But we do want you guys to take a moment to just center yourself, take maybe 1 to 3 breaths, deep breaths, and really think about this question, and then we're going to talk about it. So what are some of the ways that you react to or cope with change? Some of the ways that you react to, that you respond to and cope with change. And it can be any change. We all experience, a lot of shifts and transitions in our lives. And take a moment to reflect and think about, how do I usually respond when I'm faced with a new transition or something that I know is going to change my life? Trying to see the positive side, optimism, absolutely. And so you like indulging food, eat a lot, Netflix, frustrated if I don't like the change, yes. Embracing it and breathing the change, yes, definitely. Adapting a response to the positivity involved, absolutely. And change is never easy. And it's also constant, just like you said, Weston. Adapt with time. Right. And moving with gratitude. I agree. I tend to go into hermit mode. That's when I have to kind of block out the world. And I do try to stay optimistic for the most part. But just like someone mentioned, you can go through that grieving phase depending on what the change is. And I think it's good to release that. I find it difficult to stay at ease. It can definitely be difficult sometimes. Stress. Reading and listening to music. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. So yeah, sometimes wanting to take your mind off of it. Yeah, sometimes it's so difficult. Thank you everyone for participating. So we wanted to start with this question, of course, because in early pregnancy, that is, when you get the result and you are faced with the fact that change is coming, a big change is coming, whether it is your first child or you already have some little ones, the experience is different every time. So we definitely want to start with welcoming change and how important it is to be open to welcoming change. So becoming pregnant and growing into parenthood, it may bring both positive and negative feelings. It's normal to feel anxious, happy, excited, scared, awed, or uncertain, plus many other emotions. Whether you're in preconception, it's your first child, or mama multiples, it can be challenging to have open arms to all the changes. It can take some time to find balance in your mind and your body, which begins to build in more and more of itself to the needs of your baby, especially in that first trimester is when it hits you. So it may feel overwhelming and you may wrestle with feeling like you don't know what you're doing, but know that pregnancy is also an opportunity for self-renewal. It's about discovering a new way to be in your body and the world around you, while also you are literally the home for your growing baby. So being aware of your strength and your natural ability to shoulder what's coming, it can help to move you through. So next, we want to touch on intuition. Intuition, I always say that I feel like intuition is so important during pregnancy, going into labor and birth, going into motherhood. Even if you're not a parent, intuition is important, but definitely, absolutely during pregnancy, because you're going to hear so many questions, so many opinions. Everybody's excited, but from the very beginning, you're getting questions, you're getting opinions. People are telling you their stories, and everybody, they mean well intended friends and family. They're asking you if you're nervous, where you giving birth. Some people are sharing their opinion on how you birth, whether you go with or without meds, and then they want to tell you about about their birth, which is great, but sometimes you want to be careful with that, with what you are allowing into your space and what you're listening to. So you may be told otherwise, but you know what's best for you and your baby. There is no single right way. Your experience is yours alone. So it's important to embrace how it might differ from what's perceived as the norm, what's perceived as, what textbook says that pregnancy is supposed to be like, what you're supposed to experience. Your experience may not be like that, so throughout pregnancy and motherhood, many options are going to be presented to you, and you'll need to access your intuition. What you hear from your grandmama may be different than what you hear from your mama. Your best friend might say something different. Your midwife might say something, then you're going to ask your doula, and she might say something completely different. So, that's why it's important to, have access to all of the support, but you're going to receive conflicting information sometimes. And when you do, what do you do? Who do you listen to? It's important to be able to access your intuition, and it'll guide you to which direction you should go. So intuition, we all have that gut feeling and that tug of emotion that hints at what action or steps we should take, that voice that can sometimes make the logical, rational, or easy choice seem a little off. Even if you feel like, oh, I don't really know how connected I am to my intuition. We all have probably said at one point or another where we made a choice, and then in the end we were just like, something told me that something was your intuition that told you that maybe you should have went left and you chose to go right. So the benefits of tapping into your intuition includes building confidence. Sorry, there's a bar here. Includes building confidence in decision-making and releasing yourself from the burden of other people's opinions and experiences. So we have a little tea time segment again. We want to hear from you guys again. So we want to hear, what are some of the symptoms that you or somebody that you know experienced in the first trimester? of pregnancy. And after you tell us that, we want to hear, what did you do or what did they do to combat them? What are some of the symptoms that you know of, and some of the remedies, some of the things that people say that they did? Nausea, fatigue, sleep is a remedy. Yes. Bloating. Eating. Music. What was the music used for as a remedy? What symptom was music used for? Fatigue and food cravings. Oh, it's okay. Tender and swollen breasts, yes. Anyone else? Any other symptoms or remedies? Eating, nausea. I don't think I've seen any nausea remedies or ways that you guys combat it. Peppermint for nausea, mints, ginger. Yes. Fragrance. Frequent snacks for nausea. Yes. Ginger tea. Protein. The flavor of soup. Food. Ginger candy is another one. Surprisingly, ginger candy worked for me. I held off on getting it because I guess I didn't believe in it for some reason, but it helps for me. More fruit. Yep, look at that. Chamomile tea. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, again for sharing. Yes, that eating a lot and adding weight at the same time. Drinking lots of water. Yes. Pickle juice. Yes. I had a pickle craving for a little bit. Yes. Quick little side note, I used to drink pickle juice when I was younger. Like my household knew when we would buy a jar of pickles, don't throw away the jar after all the pickles are gone because Kendra's gonna drink the pickle juice. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. So we're going to start with common mental and emotional changes. So in early pregnancy, your body experiences increased levels of HCG, estrogen, and progesterone. These are all hormones that can affect your emotions. Some of the emotions that you may feel: happiness, overwhelm, sadness, worried, irritation, depressed, anxiety, scared, stressed, lonely, nervousness, lucky, confusion, insecure. So just as every individual and their personal concerns or needs may be different, again, every pregnancy is different as well. So you may be excited and joyful, but another person could be feeling sad, confused, and irritated due to all the changes that are happening in and around them. And it's not anything to feel bad about, even if you're super excited or you were trying to conceive, and then, you may still feel some of these feelings. You may still feel worried and overwhelmed, confused, nervous too. So each of these emotions are normal. Not only are they normal, but they are common. So in the great words of Michael Jackson, you are not alone. There are people all over the world that are pregnant at the same time that you are, that have moved through it, that have moved through these same exact emotions. So I really wanted to share the feelings wheel with you all, because, so if you look at it, we have some words in the middle, and these are usually the words that, when we're asked how we're doing, or when we're faced with putting a word to how we feel, we usually say a surface level word. Oh, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm fine. I'm angry, I'm a little mad, I'm surprised. But what the feelings wheel does, it helps you to be able to break that feelings down a little bit more. So as a mother, as a pregnant woman, as a partner, it'll be very helpful to be able to acknowledge the tension and emotions that we feel as we feel them before they morph into something that could be more harmful and confusing. And this also helps to clear the pathway for your intuition. It helps to enable you to make decisions, because how do we make the right decision or have the appropriate response if we can't truly tap into how we feel? So for example, we have sad, but sad branches out to depressed or vulnerable or lonely, and that branches even more out to isolated, abandoned, fragile, grief, disappointed, even happy, I'm content. Then that branches out to free, aroused, successful, respected. So if you just look at around the wheel a little bit, and I think that this is really important because, when we're feeling a lot of emotions, and we could be feeling multiple things at once, and we're acting on those emotions and we're making decisions based on those emotions, but sometimes we're not truly acting on what the emotion truly is. Like, we may feel like we're in a bad mood. We know that we're moody. We know that we're in a bad mood, but why are we in a bad mood? And sometimes you have to really sit with yourself, like, okay, what's really wrong with me today? What's your problem? Maybe you're tired, maybe you're stressed, and you may be tired, but maybe it's deeper than that. You're overwhelmed. Maybe you need some more support. You're unfocused. Maybe you feel indifferent, pressured. So I thought that this was really, really good because it really helps us to put a name to how we feel. And at the bottom, we have POP, P-O-P, that is pause. So pausing before we go to make a decision or react to those around us, pausing and really sitting with and thinking about, how are we really feeling? What's really underneath the surface level of the emotions that we're feeling, onboarding that feeling, and then we're able to proceed with awareness. And I think that this is so important during pregnancy, all the way through to motherhood. Because when you're able to proceed with awareness and really be connected to how you're truly feeling, that enables you to be able to ask for the help that you need, or, yeah. So take a screenshot or take a picture, or you could just Google the feelings wheel. I think that this is really, really helpful. So some tools to combat some of the emotional and mental changes that you feel in early pregnancy. So the first one is releasing judgment. Release that judgment and be gentle on yourself. You may find yourself to be too tired to do things on your list that were easy for you before, or you may cave into an ice cream craving over a smoothie. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You want to create space for imperfection. You want to welcome imperfection. Being a mother is about releasing the need for control and accepting yourself as you are. Next, we have to begin connecting with your baby. An easy way is to place your hands on your belly and take 3 deep breaths while imagining that they can sense your thoughts and feel your presence in that moment. You need to share something with them. You can speak to them. You can sing to them. Or you could simply say your thoughts out loud. I think it's so healthy to talk to yourself out loud, honestly. So that may help. And even in doing that, you can talk to your baby. So it may feel silly at first, but an intimacy will begin to build between you and your baby. You want to ask questions. So as you move through your pregnancy, you're going to have so many questions about your body, your baby, your relationship with your partner, nutrition, and more. So you want to seek a trustworthy source. It could be your doctor, your midwife, your doula, and experience is trustworthy too. Also, still keeping in mind that everybody's experience is different, but having a friend, a mom who has been through pregnancy before, talking to them as well. And asking questions can help to release stress. Even if you don't get the exact answer that you were looking for, you still have the opportunity to release it and to feel heard. You want to flex your no muscle. This is hard for so many of us, but it's so important. You need to be able to get comfortable with saying no. It is very vital for self-care. And when you never say no, or you're not saying it enough, it makes you feel exhausted, dissatisfied, and irritable. It also leaves you with less space and time for spontaneity and to recharge, which is really important during pregnancy and motherhood. So strengthening your no muscle also helps you to be able to create better boundaries for yourself. Then we have movement, mindfulness, and alternative therapies, yoga or some light stretching, hypnobirthing, massage, prayer and meditation, guided meditations. Take a walk in nature is always very healing. It can help you clear your mind. Chiropractic care, therapy, acupuncture, acupressure, aromatherapy, and journaling are all methods that you could also use. And then we have some supplements, herbs, and pharmaceuticals. At the bottom, lemon balm tea, cold straw tea, peppermint tea, meadow leaf, rescue remedy, magnesium supplement, and daily prenatal vitamins. You want to drink a lot of water and eat nutritious meals. Nutritional deficiencies can also worsen or cause depression or other emotional orders. And if it gets to that, your provider may also prescribe you antidepressants like Zoloft or Prozac.
And I just want to add here, you all, that it is important before you take any supplement, herb, or pharmaceutical to consult with your midwife or physician before use. And always do your own research and get used to advocating for yourself by making informed decisions, which means you understand why you're making the decision that you're making. You understand why you're taking the medication, herb, or supplement that you're taking, okay? But I just want to go in depth a little bit on the herbs that we both recommended for you all. Um, Now, these supplements, herbs and pharmaceuticals, starting with lemon balm tea, oat straw and peppermint, also nettle leaf. These are nervine herbs. So these herbs help to settle, nourish the nervous system. These herbs can help relieve tension in the body, calm the mind, and calm the body. So they're going to be great remedies if you're dealing with any type of emotional and mental change. You want to start by using some of the remedies that you see before, like releasing judgment, connecting with your baby, flexing your no muscle, movement, and some of those things first before you add anything in. Because sometimes you don't need an herb, you just need to make some lifestyle changes. But if you want to add something in and you consult with your midwife or physician, try maybe one of these herbal teas to help. The normal dosage all across the board is normally 1 teaspoon of dried herb to 8 ounces of water, okay? Rescue Remedy is another product. It's a natural product made of herbal flowers. They have it in a dropper. They have it as a spray, little tablet. So you can search that up and speak to your physician or midwife about that and make your own decision whether you want to take something like that or not. But that's a great remedy as well for emotional and mental changes during pregnancy. A magnesium supplement may also help calm the mind because sometimes these changes are due to nutritional deficiencies. And so you want to make sure that you're drinking your water, you're eating your leafy greens and your fruits and your vegetables, so that you can ensure that this is not that type of issue. Okay. And of course, taking your daily prenatal vitamins. All right.
And also, if you struggle with chronic or severe stress, depression, or anxiety, please contact your provider to discuss treatment options. If you have suicidal thoughts or thoughts of harming someone else, please contact the helpline, and we do have a phone number here for you to be able to take down. So next, we're going to get into the common physical changes and discomfort.
All right, so common physical changes and discomfort during early pregnancy. In early pregnancy, the body undergoes physical changes that can affect all bodily systems. Some changes, such as stronger hair and nails, as well as glowing skin, may be welcomed with open arms, but other changes like nausea and vomiting, not so much, okay? So we're going to start with nausea and vomiting. So this is commonly known as morning sickness. A lot of people experience this, although it can strike any time of the day. All right. It is associated with rising HCG levels, which is the hormone produced when a fertilized egg attaches to the uterus. HCG continues to rise throughout the first trimester, helping to maintain the pregnancy until the placenta takes over. Although uncomfortable, it can be a sign that a fetus is developing normally. Okay. However, don't be alarmed if you are one of the lucky ones that does not experience this at all. The next one is fatigue. So don't be too hard on yourself. Okay. If you're unable to keep up with activities the way you did before pregnancy, don't be hard on yourself. It's normal. It happens. It's common. Your body is requiring a little more energy at this time. Fatigue during pregnancy is normal in some cases and is likely due to hormonal changes, weight gain, and increased energy requirements. If no matter how much you sleep, you still feel like you have no energy to get through the day, please reach out to your provider to determine if there's an underlying issue or cause of your fatigue, okay? The next one is increased gas and bloating. So this is normally caused by the intestinal muscles being more relaxed due to an increase of progesterone. If you notice severe abdominal pressure or cramping, please contact your midwife or provider immediately. Okay. Next, we have constipation. So this symptom can occur due to your intestinal muscles relaxing and slowing down digestion, which happens as a result to hormonal changes. It can also be caused by iron tablets containing ferrous sulfate, which is known to cause constipation. Okay, and this is why you do want to opt for a whole food based iron supplement if you do need to supplement with that mineral. This symptom normally resolves itself by the second trimester, luckily for you. Breast changes. And I know someone said that they were dealing with breast changes when we talked about symptoms that you've experienced during pregnancy. So due to hormonal changes in early pregnancy, you could experience swollen or tender breasts, increased size of breast, tingling, or even soreness. Due to increased blood volume, you may notice the veins of your breast becoming larger and more visible. Darkening of the areola, Montgomery tubercles in the areola, and sensitivity are normal symptoms as well. Montgomery tubercles are small, painless bumps that offer antimicrobial and lubricating properties, which help support breastfeeding. Okay, and this picture here is an example of those Montgomery tubercles. All right. And it's just amazing what the body can do. So these tubercles that you see, they secrete a fluid that tastes and smells similar to amniotic fluid. And if you don't know what amniotic fluid is, it's the fluid that fills the sac that your growing baby is in right now as you're pregnant. And so it's just really cool once you get to know the body and listen to it. All right. Um, Body aches and muscle pains. So as your body prepares to make room for your baby, relaxin increases so you have softer ligaments, and looser joints. While the role of this hormone is to make pregnancy and delivery smoother, it can also cause some issues and pain. All right. Aches are most commonly felt in the groin, pubic area, buttocks, lower back, or the back of the thighs. And keep in mind that dehydration can also cause this muscle pain. All right, so it's important to drink your water and eat lots of anti-inflammatory inflammatory foods. All right. Okay. Tools to combat physical changes and discomfort. So we talked about the common changes. Now we're going to talk about the remedies for them. Nausea and vomiting. So for this, you can eat small, frequent, bland meals. All right. Many people swear by sauteing crackers. You can avoid fried and fatty foods or foods with strong odors because this may induce the nausea or vomiting. Okay. C-band wristbands are a great resource as well, and you can find those online. All right. Herb supplements and pharmaceuticals include ginger root tea or other ginger products like ginger candy. Ginger root is amazing for supporting the digestive system. So this would be a great remedy for that. I know a lot of you said you tried that and it worked for you. Peach leaf tea is another traditional remedy that you can use. Peach leaf and lemon balm are gentle, soothing herbs that help soothe the digestive tract. So you could try that out and see if you like it. Vitamin B6 that has been studied to help with nausea in pregnant women, and of course, taking your daily prenatal vitamins because even nausea and vomiting can be caused due to nutritional deficiencies. And I know we talk about that a lot, but it's just the truth. It can be caused by some of these things. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of your health first. Then we can look into differential diagnosis. Okay. Your provider may also prescribe you with antiemetic medications like doxylamine. All right. And be sure, as we said before, to consult with your midwife or doctor if you're having severe or chronic prolonged nausea. Okay. Because this may be a result of hyperemesis gravidarum, dehydration, or a GI disorder or infection. Okay. So if you do notice any vomiting, dizziness, weight loss, low blood pressure, definitely get with your midwife or doctor as soon as possible. All right. Fatigue is the next one. So you want to make sleep a priority. Make sleep a priority, everyone. Please take naps when possible. Shoot for 8 hours each night if you can. It may help to wind down with relaxing activities before bed, like reading and stretching and reducing your screen time. Okay, reading to your baby, your unborn baby, is always going to be beneficial as well. Regular light exercise may help combat fatigue due to its ability to increase oxygen intake, improve circulation, appetite, and bowel function. Reduce stress factors and avoid coffee. Eating a well-balanced diet with loads of leafy greens, fresh fruits, and protein can help as well. Herbs, supplements, and pharmaceuticals include nettle leaf tea, oat straw, spirulina powder, magnesium supplements, and herbal baths with lavender or peppermint oil. And these herbs that we mentioned here, these are some amazing herbs that are full of minerals and vitamins. Nettle itself contains vitamin K, iron, magnesium, and as well as vitamin D. Oat straw has a bunch of minerals and nutrients in it as well that is very nourishing to the body during pregnancy. Spirulina, rich in antioxidants, and can help replenish some of that energy if you're dealing with fatigue. magnesium as well. Like we said before you turn to herbs or supplements, make sure you're doing some of the other things first before you introduce something else. But these could help as well, okay? And contact your provider if you're too tired to do daily tasks or if the fatigue is accompanied by a fever. Last but not least, increased gas and bloating. So, regular light stretching, yoga, or exercise can help with this. Movement, of course, reducing vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts, because these vegetables do induce gas. Trust me, I know. I like broccoli. You want to eat fiber-rich foods and drink plenty of water, okay? Um, and the herb supplements and pharmaceuticals include peppermint tea and ginger tea. You want to go ahead and ask your provider about other treatment options if non-pharmacological options don't work for you. All right. So, tools to combat physical changes in discomfort, breast changes. Now, you want to avoid bras unless needed, okay? When you're out and about, wear bras that offer support and help prevent your breasts from feeling heavy. Avoid underwire bras. Warm baths and showers may help, and warm compresses on the breast could help as well. Herb supplements and pharmaceuticals include topical oils such as arnica, chamomile, or lavender oil. And you can also find this oil together. You can find these 3 herbs together in an oil and use that, or you can use them separately. Okay, contact your provider if you experience prolonged severe swelling, soreness, or pain. All right, body aches and muscle pains. So what you want to do for this is you can stretch daily, get a massage, apply heat with a heating pad or cold with an ice pack. Warm Epsom salt baths are amazing. Stay hydrated. Eat anti-inflammatory foods, okay? Because some of these muscle pains and body aches could be due to inflammation in the body. You want to get fresh fruits, berries. You want to get leafy greens, your kale, your spinach, your mustard greens, water, coconut water, if you will. These things will help to reduce inflammation in the body. Movements such as walking, light exercise, dancing, and utilizing a birth ball can help as well. Herbs, supplements, and pharmaceuticals include magnesium citrate, arnica oil or gel, and you can go see a chiropractor, okay? Counter pressure and acupuncture, Epsom salt baths, and herbal baths with lavender, chamomile, peppermint, or eucalyptus. All right. Now for constipation, we have regular light stretching, yoga, or exercise. And this can help by improving GI motility. All right. You want to eat plenty fruits and vegetables. Use whole food based prenatal vitamins, iron supplements. Bounce on birth ball. See a chiropractor. Eat breads, pastas, and crackers made from whole grain to increase fiber intake. Okay. Drink lots of water. And you can also drink warm lemon or lime water. And that normally helps if you do that first thing in the morning, okay? And before you go to bed. Herbs and supplements, as well as pharmaceuticals, include the magnesium citrate supplement, and you can ask your provider about other treatment options if non-pharmacological treatments don't work for you.
And you just reminded me of something because you mentioned coconut water. Coconut water can also be good for constipation too, because it's a natural laxative. So get you some coconut water.
Get you some coconut water, most definitely. So now we're going to talk about the nutritional changes that occur during pregnancy. And I want you guys to utilize the chat here. How many of you have heard that during pregnancy, you're eating for 2? I just want to know how many people heard that. Yes, coconut water is a really good resource. Yeah, a lot of us have heard this statement. And the statement is not 100% wrong, okay? but it is often taken out of context. Okay. Many people quote this statement because they are under the impression that pregnant mothers should be eating bigger portions or extra junk food to support their growing baby. However, it's your nutrient intake that needs to increase during pregnancy. Studies show that women only need an additional 300 calories per day during pregnancy. So adding 300 calories to your daily regimen is equivalent to adding about an extra snack to your day. Okay. Now it is important to remember that your baby is counting on you for nourishment. So when you eat, think about the nutritional value the food is offering you and your growing baby. All right. So I'm not saying don't eat, but I'm just saying an extra portion, more junk food, Takis, hot Cheetos, and all of these things on a daily basis, it's not going to give you the nutritional value that you need. And it can be unnecessary in some cases. Okay. You just want to make sure that you're getting minerals and nutrients out of the foods that you are eating. And we're going to talk about that more in the next slide. Okay. So nutritional needs during pregnancy. Your baby relies on your diet to sustain its nutritional needs for growth and development in the womb. Here is a list of some nutrients that are essential during pregnancy. So we have vitamin A, vitamin B12, vitamin C, choline, iron, vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, folate or folic acid, iodine, and many others. Most of these nutrients can be found in whole foods and prenatal vitamins, or you can speak to your provider about taking supplements depending on your needs. All right. Food sources include dark leafy greens. This is your collard greens, your mustard greens, your kale, spinach, arugula, vegetables, zucchini, squash, fruits, root vegetables, beets, onions, carrots, sweet potatoes, nuts and seeds, legumes like chickpeas and lentils, meats like chicken breast and liver, lamb, ground beef, ground turkey, wild caught salmon, and eggs. I know some of y'all wanted me to say salmon, but I said salmon. Okay. And so these are some sources where you can get some of these vitamins and minerals from. And so when you eat, it's just important to remember, hey, what nutritional value am I getting out of this food? Okay. Macronutrients, which are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. You want to make sure that you're getting those in your diet as well. You can get some of those through beef, turkey, fish, cheese, milk, eggs, pasta, bread, tortillas, pancakes, crackers, and cereals made from whole grains and flours like quinoa, spelt, rye, barley, whole wheat, and refined grains. Okay. Chickpeas, lentils, beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, avocados, squash, corn, green beans, nuts and seeds like flax, chia, and hemp seeds, almonds, almond butter, peanuts, peanut butter, Brazil nuts, and walnuts. These are going to be your sources of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Of course, there are more, but this is just what we could fit on this small presentation here. Okay. So just adding more of this into your diet can help you get the adequate amount of nutrients that you need during pregnancy. Okay. Because this is what your body is craving for. It's craving for those fats, those proteins, those carbohydrates, those minerals, those nutrients. It's not too much craving for the extra sugar, the extra salt, the processed foods. Okay. Now, like Kendra mentioned in the before slides, don't beat yourself up for indulging in your craving once in a while, but just make sure that you are doing your best to eat a balanced diet. Okay. Herbs and supplements include nettle leaf, oat straw, alfalfa leaf, red raspberry leaf, spirulina powder, and products like, if needed, Floradex, Megafood Blood Builder, and whole food based prenatal vitamins. Megafood is also a great company for supplements. I really like their supplements because they are whole food based. And when you're dealing with supplements, vitamins, herbs, you want to make sure it's coming from a whole food base. Okay. You want to see the vegetables and the fruits that it's coming from. You want to look at the source. All right. And as we stated before, be sure to purchase any herb or supplement from a trusted source and consult with your midwife or doctor before use. And like I always say, do your own research and advocate for yourself. All right. Thank you, Tina. Yes, and Tina recommended a great book that you can use if you are wanting to dive deep more into nutrition. Okay. Tools for optimal nutrition during pregnancy. So, eating a balanced diet can increase your chances of having a healthy birth and a healthy baby. This is true. It can also decrease your risk of experiencing maternal and fetal complications like gestational diabetes. I know we heard of this because some of these things are at an all-time high right now. Gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, spina bifida, anemia, premature birth, low birth weight, neurological disorders like ADHD, and other complications that can occur due to nutritional deficiencies. Okay. Try using a diet diary. This may help you, okay? It may help you understand your eating habits and patterns. It can also help you identify the nutritional value of the foods you eat regularly. Now, remember, you may not always eat optimally, but the goal is to eat as optimally as possible, okay? Or optimally as often as possible. All right. Um, Herbs and supplements. Nettle leaf, oat straw, alfalfa leaf, red raspberry leaf. You'll see these herbs a lot because these herbs offer a plethora of minerals and nutrients, okay? Spirulina powder, and if needed, products like Floradex, Mega Food Blood Builder, and whole food based prenatal vitamins. So if you didn't catch it last slide, you can go ahead and screenshot it this slide. And that is the end for that, you all. Now we're going to talk about some resources and where you could find some of these things and get some resources. And I also want to say before we close out that hiring a doula can be beneficial in helping you navigate through pregnancy, okay, and postpartum as well. And also, if you can, seek out midwifery care because midwives specialize in natural childbirth and pregnancy. And so it would be a good deal to seek out midwifery care and seek your options. All right. I'll hand it over to Kendra.
Yeah, so some of the resources that we have here, and I kind of just want to expand a little bit on how hiring a doula can help, because some people, they feel, oh, I can research all of this on my own. Why do I need a doula? That's very true, but again, pregnancy can be very overwhelming. So all of this information that we were able to put together for you all and to give to you, usually your doula will be able to give you this information. They'll be able to give you resources, give you book recommendations, and really be a hand to you, a sister to you as you are moving through all of these changes, all of these transitions. And it can really, really make a difference to have someone with you through the journey that can offer you that emotional support, but can also be able to offer you informational support as well. So it can really, really be beneficial. So some mental and emotional resources that we have here. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform. We have Black and Brown Delaware Therapists.com. YouTube is great for meditations, yoga, light exercise, and sound therapy videos. If you are not familiar with sound bowls or sound therapy, I highly recommend, especially if you're dealing with insomnia or anything. I put one on every night before I go to sleep. And it's really calming. So I definitely recommend that. Insight is also an app for meditation where it has hundreds and hundreds of meditations on the app that you can follow. Jewish Family Services is in Delaware. They offer psychotherapy and maternal behavioral health care for people who experience pregnancy loss and or perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. So we have their phone number and their website here for you all. Dedicated to Women is another organization. They offer individual therapy and support groups for those with symptoms of mood disorder and significant stress. So we also have their information here. Smart Start is an in-home prenatal service to those who are Medicaid eligible. So they come in home and they help you to meet your needs, social services needs, as well as nutrition education. So if you have access to that, there's their phone number. And also, of course, again, connect with the doula through PIC. PIC has community doulas as well as Central Delaware Doula Program. They have about, I think it's up to over 20 doulas now that you guys have access to. So we have their phone number here and their website. So you also definitely reach out to them if you are in need of a doula. And we have a couple physical and nutritional resources as well. Those anti-nausea wristbands that we mentioned, the C-band is available online and at Target, and Freedom Mom is another brand as well at your local CVS, Target, or online. Both of these anti-nausea bands, they're under $20. The C-band, I believe, is like $9, and the Freedom Mom is around like $12. So they're pretty affordable. Any herbs and products, of course, you want to go to a trusted source. You don't want to, I don't recommend getting them from Amazon, to be honest. You want to go to your local herb shop. Mountain Rose Herbs is an organic online shop, as well as Star West Botanicals, Pin Herbs. Then we have Amazon. You want to be careful. You want to make sure that they're organic. I'm just going to say that. And Target. Target, you can get tea from Target. I always recommend that if you are looking for tea, if you can, when you're getting tea bags from the grocery store, look at the ingredients. If you're getting peppermint tea, the ingredients should say peppermint, and that's it. It should say the herb. So you want to go for the tea bags that mostly just have the herbs. Some of them have, natural flavors and a bunch of other stuff. Go for the most organic one first. A local chiropractor is The Joint. I recommend them because they actually have an opportunity where if you are a new patient, you can get a consult, an adjustment. I know that your first appointment, an appointment, a consult, and an adjustment for $30 as a new patient with The Joint, as well as ZocDoc. So ZocDoc is an online platform. It allows you to input the type of insurance that you have, and it'll show you providers that are in your network and a part of your plan. So you can look up chiropractors on ZocDoc, acupuncturists, dietitians, nutritionists, and also therapists are all on the ZocDoc platform. And again, for physical and nutritional, hire a doula. So that's it was great. Thank you, everyone, for participating.
We're going to put our post survey up as well as our evaluation. Please fill them out. We are able to bring you these wonderful webinars and events because we get that data and we can include it in grants and other things. So it's really important. Let me put it up. Also, we will draw the names and then let you know who has won.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
And we have these perinatal webinars every month. So please join us next month. We will be talking about, I believe we're talking about counting kicks, kick counts, and later in pregnancy, when you are close to delivery.
Thank you, Jordan.
I wish I could take credit for that lovely compliment, but that was from Bella.
Thank you, Bella. Mm.
So no, you would have to register for the webinar for next month. So you can go on our website at pickofdowell.org at /events and look at for the webinar for February. So I'm going to end this poll and then bring up the evaluation. The evaluation is about the entire webinar and more the mechanics of the webinar.
You're welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Jordan. I'm glad, Weston. You're welcome.
And of course, if you are in the Delaware area and would like a doula, please feel free to contact our lovely ladies. As they said in both our program and the Central Delaware Community Doula Program, there is a doula for you available and wanting to support you through childbirth, pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum. All right, we are going to give about 1 more minute for these evaluations, and then we are going to end the webinar. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you to Kendra and Janae for all their hard work. It was wonderful. And we will see you next month.